Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll talk to Allie LaForce, who's on the sidelines as well. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
Let's check out Milwaukee's starting lineup. And for the Hornets, Cam Reddish is out there with George Hill. Then there's Devontae Graham. Then there's Jay Crowder. And it's Love in at the center position. And at this point, we're just about halfway through the season. Some teams, Clark, playing great basketball right now.
And the real challenge is to maintain that if you're one of those teams, to continue to play at a high level, to continue to trust and put in the work to perform.
Here we go. So the Bucks win the tip to the right side. Here's Kalaitzakis. Gets the three ball to go.
Ilyasova doing a nice job there finding his open teammate. Just a really good play that time.
Graham on the attack. And rejected. Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Boy, I like the fact that's intimidation right away. You got to show those shooters you're going to be in their face all night long.
Green's checked in for Reddish. Hill finds Graham. That three's off the mark. Here's Baker. Launches a three. And another three for Milwaukee.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
To the wing, right side. Outside, Green. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Milwaukee has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. The three. Baker gets the bucket. He's got 6.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Beyond the arc. Knocks down the long J.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Now a timeout called by Charlotte.
Queen City, let's give a huge hand to your Honeybees.
And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. Taking a look at Minnesota, they're making moves up the standings, claiming that 4th spot.
When I look at Milwaukee, they understand how good they truly are. One of their biggest challenges, don't get complacent down the stretch.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Pass to Green. They need this. And that one's long.
Just brutal. I mean, 5 straight misses to begin the game.
Oh! What a hammer! Oh, man!
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. After the Bucks picking up a basket just moments ago. A clear look for Green. Again, the miss by the Hornets.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now. They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Stripped it away. Here's Baker, and he jams it home with authority.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
The steal. And there's the drive. Soft touch off the glass.
Timeout.
He's got 15.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
the best passing team in the NBA, #1 in assists this season. That tells you a lot about the leadership and the attitude of this squad. No one player puts himself above the team.
And it's no secret the league is definitely more offensive-oriented nowadays. And they are the best of the bunch in following that trend, leading the league in points per game. For Charlotte, they've gone 0 for 6 from the floor. Shaky start. Love, high post. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Boy, Love is really good at getting inside the paint, establishing position, has an excellent feel for how to score around the basket.
Oh, got that one up quick.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
In transition, here come the Bucks. Here's the three, and the Bucks hit again from deep. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
Baker gets the bucket.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Fades and shoots. Oh, it's pure again. He's now a perfect 10 for 10 in this one.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Hill for 3. Again, the miss by the Hornets. Milwaukee in total control. Ilyasova. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Personal foul.
This squad can't do anything but hit. They haven't missed one yet. Perfect.
Rozier, he's checked in for Charlotte.
A couple of things that make Ilyasova so unique are his quickness and shooting ability at 6'10".
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
He's all alone, and it's Allen who slams it home.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more. He's been an absolute non-factor, 0 factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
Here's Kaladzikis, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Again, the miss by the Hornets.
It has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
We see a ton of teams shooting more and more threes nowadays. Here are the best in that department. #1, the Bucks.
Having the shooters they have, the best three-point shooting team in the league, it opens up the whole court by stretching the defense out.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And the Bucks pushing it up now. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Rozier with it. Last game for him, he picked up 10. Oh, they need this! Milwaukee with the rebound. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Hornets team.
Well, last year they swept the season series. There was a talent differential between the two teams. We'll see if that gap has narrowed.
I mean, one is a playoff team. The other, question mark, ... not so much. But things change, and you're only as good as your last win, so we'll see how they handle things tonight.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Here's Baker. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
What would this game be like without their easy points off of turnovers?
Boy, it's made matters a lot easier for them offensively.
Now Rozier. Boy, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Crowder. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. And Milwaukee has possession. Their last game, a win against the Clippers, looking to carry it into this one.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Here's Baker, hounded by Rozier. And another three for Milwaukee.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And it's Crowder missing. Going inside, and a two-handed jam.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Here's Crowder. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Here's Milwaukee. Here's Baker. And again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
On the wing, Rozier. No good, and they can't put it into the drought.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Allen. Oh, wow!
Oh, watch out below.
Big finish.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Fires the three, gets the three to fall. Allen's got 7 points.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
Out of bounds. Hornets ball as Charlotte keeps possession.
Substitution on the court.
.146 left in the first quarter here. Charlotte again missing. Milwaukee in total control. Here's Carter. Oh, hey! How about
Big
that?
time right there. Big time.
Whoa.
Carter taking flight is a thing of beauty. Vinsanity showing off his amazing bounce.
Here's Van Horn. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And had a high number of steals. Just a ball hawk, striking fear into the opponent.
Their offense has really come together, Grant.
It really has. And the points are adding up. The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
A donut for him this quarter. They could really use his points to improve their situation.
Here's Baker. Good! Another from three. Woo, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
The B.A., he's on fire.
Van Horn misses. And the Bucks with possession. The 15-footer. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Now here's Crowder. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Toronto. Oh, that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Here's Baker. And he's got 41 now. Ilyasova with the bucket.
This is the kind of player Ilyasova is. I mean, as soon as he has the ball in his hand, he's thinking about letting the shot go.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Here's Baker. Let's go with a three. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good.
It just nails the three. Way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A three at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks showing no mercy and just piling it on, looking dominant and focused right now. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. We'll be right back.
Please give a big round of applause
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, we've seen the Bucks really take control here.
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Here's Charlotte now. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
So on the floor for Milwaukee.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
And it's Green missing. And so it's Milwaukee with it. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. That'll be the first of 3 games played at home.
Boy, impressive intensity displayed by Ilyasova. He's a real Energizer Bunny type of guy who can sky up really fast and finish at the rim with a lot of force.
Plumlee can't hit that one. Milwaukee goes the other way with it. Carter from outside. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Good work there as it goes. Give him 8.
And from the mid-range area, they've been the more effective team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
And here we go. Bucks running again.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Washington passes to Green. And here's Washington. Here's Van Horn. And the 7-footer falls.
Boy, an excellent passer for a big man. P.J. Washington's floor awareness, impressive.
Here's Baker. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Pass to Washington. Milwaukee with the rebound. Here's Mamukelele.
Oh, what a throwdown.
Nice. I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
Here's Van Horn. He's been a big scorer for this offense, averaging around 20 points a game. Blocked!
Boy, the defensive chops of Ilyasova really coming into play here. I mean, quite surprising, actually impressive at how good he is at timing those shot blocks.
Charlotte making some changes. Love is checked in for Washington, and it's Jones in for Green. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Harrell's checked in. And Harrell throws it down.
Harrell's not afraid to throw it down. As a matter of fact, he's got such strength in his hands and upper body that's what he's looking to do every time. Punch it home.
Now here's Love. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And his assist numbers were remarkable as well. His play is crucial to this team's success.
Another one goes! Incredible! And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
The ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Hornets ball as Charlotte keeps possession.
Charlotte basketball. Coming onto the floor for your Hornets.
Now here's Jones. Defense is right there. To the left side wing. Here's Pierce. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. Milwaukee has gone 2 for 2 from the arc here in the second. Carter, good.
Yeah, more points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And, you know, they've got to be careful. This is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shot for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell. James is checked in for Milwaukee.
LeBron James.
And so it's Charlotte with it. Outside Jones. Here's Van Horn. Got a hand on it. Here's Baker.
Oh, man, what
Oh!
a punch that was.
Bad intentions.
Well, I tell you what, the big guy knows how to do that. Throw it down.
Charlotte's gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Now here's Jones, guarded closely. Takes one from 10 feet. He got a piece of it. Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession.
Still a Hornets ball.
Here's Van Horn. No good on the quick three.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
Here's Baker. And got it. Another basket.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Now here's Jones. Not a lot of room. No good off the glass.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Grant, we always talk about great footwork for post players, but how about perimeter players?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, B.A. Great perimeter players have elite footwork. The footwork helps to create the opportunity to score, whether that's shooting a three off the dribble or even in the post-up. Great, elite, fantastic, iconic guards who could do it all have superior footwork. Believe that.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
To stop the run, and it's Jones getting it to go.
And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Here's Baker, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
He was way ahead of the pack. No one around to contest. He can do anything he wants in that situation.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. Oh, they get a hand on it. Outside Love. Off the mark there with a three.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
From outside the arc, another one falls. Amazing.
Oh, make that 61 points.
Everything is going his way right now.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
5-on-3 break. Here's Baker. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, guys, Commissioner Silver's open to change. He said, quote, "We're not beholden to pure tradition. We care a lot about it, but all of the factors I think about when we talk about changing the rules, I'm less concerned about that. We should live in the present, be respectful of those records, but also be willing to adjust when it makes sense." B.A.?
All right, thanks, Allie. Baker gets the bucket.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Here's Pierce. Again, the miss by the Hornets. Timeout called. Milwaukee.
Montrezl Harrell can be so many things for this team. One of the best small ball fives in the NBA.
And we want to hear everyone right now. Here goes Peter.
The Hornets making a switch here. Rozier's checked in. And the three-point contest is one of the highlights of All-Star Weekend. Here are some of the contenders who have a shot to compete in the event.
And perhaps that list changes a little between now and All-Star Weekend, but I would have no problems if those guys end up competing.
A few players ahead of him in voting, but if he can hold on to his number 5 spot, he'll be in the three-point contest.
He's a guy you need to have there. I'm pretty sure he'll be competing All-Star Weekend, and he's got a shot to win it all.
And this year's contest is really shaping up to be one to remember. Plenty of dead-eye shooters on that list so far.
And lots of guys have a three-point shot now, but this list is really the cream of the crop when it comes to putting up long-range bombs.
And a little more about Montrezl Harrell. What an addition he is to any roster, Clark.
I agree with you, B.A., whether he's starting or coming off the bench. Harrell brings great energy and production, a real injection as a spark plug.
Now here's Rozier. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket. Oh, my goodness! Whoa! All right, young fella, I see you out there, rookie, reminding this crowd that he has arrived. Jordan with the big-time jam.
And he drives in and slam dunk by Jordan.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And the Bucks with possession. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter, and he gets it to go.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here. And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
They double him with Ilyasova. Rozier finds love. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
His struggles this quarter are self-evident, and the team just continues to suffer for it. It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Pierce can't get to it.
I mean, he's yet to make a shot this quarter. At some point, you got to look for other ways to impact the game.
Nails it from three.
He's hitting everything from deep, just flat out torching this defense.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Connects again from distance. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks, and they're up an insane amount going into the break. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Milwaukee Bucks.
They're scoring the ball with ease. The defense has done nothing to slow them down. This is what you looked like when someone tried to use a small ball lineup against Shaq.
Well, thank you, Kenneth. I'd average 50. These youngers just don't know who the Diesel was.
I'd say 60.
That's right. Thanks, Kenny.
And looking ahead tonight, here are the upcoming games we're looking forward to. It'll be the Suns against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Tip-off will be 7 o'clock Eastern.
This is going to be either a lopsided game or a terrific upset.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. They've got Jay Crowder. Cam Reddish is out there with George Hill. Then there's Devontae Graham, and it's Love in at the 5. That's the Hornets 5. Here's Baker. And another three for Milwaukee.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Hill can't connect.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, He wanted to go back at him and just came up short on the triple.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
Graham is doubled, and the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Reads the play well there and gets himself in the air at just the right time. Terrific denial.
Now here's Ilyasova. Checked by Hill.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Charlotte again missing.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Here's Baker. Oh, another one falls.
90 points, a legendary performance.
We will be talking about this one for a long, long time. Outside Love. Back to Hill, looking to end the run. Unable to get that one. Milwaukee goes the other way with it.
Rough start to the third quarter, but give some credit to the defense they're facing.
Baker. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
Boy, that's 5 buckets in a row now. Watch out. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Graham is doubled. Outside Reddish. On the wing, Crowder. 6 to shoot. Graham for 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
Baker gets the bucket.
Boy, he's filling it up right now. Getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket on the night.
Coming out of the break red hot. I mean, they have yet to miss a shot.
Knocked loose. Graham, the pass to Hill. For 3. And it's Ilyasova with the rebound. Ilyasova's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. The three-pointer off the mark.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Hill for 3, and once again off the mark by Charlotte.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Back to Jordan. Pass to Baker. The 3 is up. Oh, connects again. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Graham is doubled. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. And Graham, you played on the Suns team, whose training staff was renowned. Is that still a differentiator between teams, or has everybody caught up and on the same level now?
You know, BA, I think everyone's caught up. You know, 15 years ago, the Suns training staff was ahead of their time. But now teams are all much more sophisticated. They understand injury prevention, rest, recovery, really aiding the players, and I think adding years for players in the back end of their careers.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed out.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Milwaukee calls timeout.
Timeout. Attention, now coming to the floor, your high hip-hop rock.
Charlotte making some changes. Washington's checked in for Graham. Green comes in for Reddish. And it's Jones in for Hill. The Bucks making a switch here. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Ilyasova. Pass to Crowder. Shot to end the cold streak. Blocked. Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession.
Hornets ball.
Six on the shot clock. Outside Jones. This one for three. Rebounded by the Bucks. Here's Harrell. And Harrell with the strong finish.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
And stolen by Ilyasova. In transition, here come the Bucks. And it's Milwaukee. Scoring again. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
They also excelled defensively tonight, particularly inside. Tons of shots sent back, which was a treat to watch.
Baker gets the bucket.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Outside, Green. It's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Hits the trifecta. 13 points in the game.
I really like how they're controlling the pace in the open court.
Fast break points, the edge goes to them, and those quick buckets are easy money. I love to see that.
Here's Harrell. And a nice finish on the layup. Harrell's got his third basket on the night right there.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Charlotte basketball. Substitution for the Hornets, Mason Plumlee.
Will it go? Deflected! Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession. Terry Rozier, he's checked in for Jones.
Hornets ball. Coming onto the floor for your...
It's Washington, high post.
Terry Rozier.
Pass to Plumlee, 4 on the clock. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Allen's got 9.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Here's Kalaitzakis. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Out of bounds, Hornets ball as Charlotte keeps possession. Pass to Plumlee, and here is Green. Allen defending. It's blocked. Ilyasova outside. 4-3, and the Bucks hit again from deep.
Boy, I tell you what, it's been quite a night for the veteran Ilyasova. He's found a nice rhythm, and he's locked into it.
Snatched away. For 3, Harrell. He drops it from range. 9 points in the game.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Plumlee. Slam dunk by Plumlee.
Rozier showing you nice feel for recognizing that one of his guys was wide open and got him the ball.
Here's Baker. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
12 consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
From deep, pure from three-point range.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Ilyasova with it. Green picks him up. And the jam by Ilyasova.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
Green against Allen. From the arc. And another three for Milwaukee.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And the basket by Harrell.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. He's been absolutely relentless.
Here's Baker. And again for three.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely looking to shoot as much as possible. Rozier, the pass to Washington. Can they get it? Poke loose, and they recover it. Here's Pierce. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Here's Allen, and the Bucks getting another bucket right there.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Ilyasova. And another three for Milwaukee.
They're now allowing an insane number of points off of turnovers.
Well, you really put your defense in a tough spot. You compromise your defense when you fumble the ball away like that.
Launches it, and the Bucks hit again from deep.
You got to get out on Ilyasova. I mean, this is an efficient three-point shooter who knows how to pick his spots.
The Bucks, another fast break opportunity here.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
Rozier can't get it to go. And so it's Milwaukee making this game a no contest. They poured it on early, and they've never let up. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be back in a moment. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Milwaukee, starting the fourth quarter.
Now, you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Here's Flynn, Reddish covering, and the Bucks hit again from deep.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
It seems like every miss ends up in his hands. He's been unreal.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
Pass to Graham. Banked it in off the glass. Graham's gotten his first basket of the night.
Even though he's 6'1", 6'2", Graham is not afraid to try to score inside. He plays with great aggressiveness.
We've been watching him hold court out at the arc. Just an unforgettable performance tonight.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance. He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Baker gets the bucket.
He's their go-to. They keep calling his number, and he delivers.
To the paint. And stolen by Ilyasova. Pass to Flynn. Lets it go from deep. And another three for Milwaukee.
Give them credit for cashing in on the turnovers they've caused.
Converting them into points is what they've done, and that's been a big factor in this game, guys.
Knocks it loose. Jones, the pass to Reddish. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Harrell. Uses the glass on the layup. Harrell's got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, when they try to get Harrell looks at the offensive end, It's usually foul line down, and for good reason. He's effective down there.
To the middle. Washington passes to Jones. And Devontae Graham is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul.
Milwaukee with the ball. They're on a 19-4 run. Here's Baker. And another three for Milwaukee.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
That's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Ball stolen. In transition, here come the Bucks.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Reddish. Three-pointer, no good.
He's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make them.
You can tell he's feeling it. Hasn't missed a single shot all quarter.
Outside Jones. The three. The shot misses. Milwaukee goes the other way with it. Pass to Flynn. Over Jones. Again, the Bucks. Good for two.
Hey, I'd keep feeding him every trip. He's been on fire this quarter.
Now here's Graham. Washington outside. Misses the three.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Washington finds Jones. Inside. Here's House. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Boy, viewership numbers are on the rise. NBA business is booming. I guess it's a good time to own a piece, eh, Grant?
Hey, B.A., you said it best. The league is in great shape. We have great leadership, talent. It's an exciting time, and I think the league has more growth globally in the years to come.
Here's Jones. Misses, and the dry spell continues. Here's Baker. And another three for Milwaukee.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Love is checked in for Charlotte.
Coming onto the floor.
There's the block. Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession.
Out of bounds, Charlotte ball.
And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession.
Ball.
Milwaukee on D. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Shot clock at 6. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Here's Kaladzikis. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
He knocked down a couple from range in the first half, but now his confidence through the roof.
Outside Love. Well, Grant, in the pace and space era of the NBA, it seems like the rate of free throws league-wide has declined dramatically.
Yeah, I love that, B.A. It keeps the game going. There's a flow to the game, and we like it as broadcasters, and the fans love it as well. So I hope the league will continue on this trend.
To the inside. Outside Jones. Looking to end the drought. Baker grabs the board.
They need everyone clicking here. Unfortunately, his game has gone the other direction. And he lost his man with a shifty play inside.
And then just went and hammered it home. Wow.
High-level skills being showcased out there now, fellas. I mean, that was a terrific hoop.
Jones, the pass to Washington. Can't get it to fall.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Pass to Baker. Takes a three. Good! Another from three.
And the threes just don't stop. Another shot and another make.
Yes, and he's starting to creep up that list now for the most three-pointers in a game. We'll see if he keeps it going. Again, Milwaukee!
Scoring this much while shooting this well. Insane.
Pass to Love. And as the NBA becomes an increasingly global game, Grant, there's a component of international relations that has to come into it. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, it can be tricky. I mean, it's a challenge. You have to respect people's cultures and way of doing business. But yes, the game, I believe, also can play a role in bringing cultures and different countries together over the love of the game of basketball.
Jones misses.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
It was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
This has not been his best quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Jones with the ball. Harrell picks him up. Love for three. Milwaukee with the rebound. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
A different look for Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Harrell, and it's Allen in for Flynn. And here are the Bucks now. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Baker connects again from distance.
All game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is nothing stopping his shot.
And you know this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game the world never forgets. Fires for three, and again for three.
And with that made three, he now stands alone for third most threes in a single game.
Boy, he's been locked in, and it's been lights out for him all game long. What a shooting performance. And the rise of the internet has helped give players their own voice. But now with podcasts and other streams, Grant, they're also able to monetize their voice.
Yeah, player.
Again! What an avalanche!
That score moving him clear into third all time for scoring.
Well, you just knew it was a matter of time the way he's been playing. I'm sure he's not finished. Pass to Washington to end the run. No good on the shot. And so it's Milwaukee with it.
Had their fingerprints all over this matchup tonight. Just an impressive victory for the Bucks.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And you look at their record after tonight, 30 wins on the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times.
Connects again from distance.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps hitting from deep.
Man, he's just exploded from deep tonight. That last make, tying him for second in most threes in a game. Puts it up from 12. Jones misses. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Baker. Good! Another from 3.
I don't think I've ever seen a player this dialed in from deep.
And by the way, with that make, he's now alone in second place for most threes in a game. At this point, you have to go for that top spot, right? And it's Green missing. Puts it up from 12. Another bucket! Wow!
He is ripping through this defense and continues his assault on the record books.
Hey, and that score moves him into second place for most points in a game. And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. as we leave you with the New Balance Player of the Game.